Question for you guys on this from promoting shows. Are the sanction fees different based on the divisions that you're going to have at each show? Because, you know, the trend over the last couple of years is especially the women, like women's physique, women's bodybuilding, those shows there's not a lot of them now. So,
well, that's just because I think a lot of the interest at the intro pro level is in bikini, some figure, wellness very much.
The sanction fees varies for the bodybuilding's a little more, but prize money has to be more for bodybuilding too. Yeah. So I think some guys don't want to come out of pocket, obviously.
Okay.
Some of a lot of it has to do with, in the pros is just sponsorships. And a lot of the big sponsors, they want to sponsor, but, if they want to do the men's show, they're going to pay more because let's say, okay, we have a men's bodybuilding show and it's an IFBB pro show. No offense, but if we have one building that they're showing the men and another building they're showing the women, the building that has all the top men is going to be more crowded than the one without the women. And
I'd be at the women, not because I'm a perv, but because I'd like to watch women a lot better than men. And some guys would be at the that's just joking. But that being said, that is true. And I'll go into this. So when you go to the expos and you go to this, I'll see a line, say for Sam Sulik or Martin, 2 hours long. And then you'll see like some of these dominant girls that there's 5 girls, 10 girls. Yeah. And it's like, I think, and I don't know if it's because we bro out and we just want to stand in line and get the picture with the guy, but there is that thing that I think guys will go do that and fanboy over more than a bunch of girls will go. Now they'll buy the products because women buy purchase, but they might not stand in line for 2 hours to get a photo or an autograph.
Well, it's kind of like this too. If you're looking at a guy you want to look like, you want to be like whatever. That's like in your soul. You're like, I want to be just like that. You see some girl that's a bikini girl. Most of the time when I was younger, I couldn't care less what figure was. I could care less what female bodybuilding was. I was like, if there was a female bodybuilding show or a male bodybuilding, I was going to watch it because I was like, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that the reason why you say what you're saying, Brandon, is there is a price difference. I don't know if we're going to share that, but there's a price difference on what you have to pay to get one of those shows.
Sure.
And then what he's saying is, I think the interest when you're talking about a top biller, say you have Andrew Jack or Ashley Koswalser, you probably get a lot more to the show. Now, not maybe like a demonstration and stuff. They'll probably bring the same, but when it comes to big shows and stuff like that, you get more fans in the butts in the seats.
Yeah, there's more money to make with the bigger shows.
Yeah,
and it's promoters do a lot, but at the end of the day, promoters aren't stupid. They like to make a little bit of money from all the hard work they put in. So you just got to know what you're doing and. You start small and you work your way up and eventually go big.
I got a question, and this is for you guys out there watching, because I've judged a long time. I don't judge anymore than I coach, but the one thing I always wondered is when you're at a pro-am. So pro-ams, usually you have them because you get money more off of the amateurs, and then the pros, you got to pay out money. But as a judge, when you're judging a pro, and then you go to an amateur, are you looking for something different? Like you're like, well, the bikini, obviously you see the bikinis, they were off the chain. I mean, there were 7 girls up there and they were great. But then you go down to the amateurs, like, do you want them? Do you judge like, oh, she's too much? Does your mindset change, or how do you do that?
You're looking for who's ready to be a pro on that day, who's ready to go to nationals, and sometimes that you can go to a week show and some great bikini girl just pops out and everybody's like, oh, she's just way too much, but she looks way too much because all the other girls are just pretty much very novice or true novice.
So what do you do? What do you do in that situation?
You reward who needs to go to nationals, and that's the girl that looks. Yes, absolutely. Why would you not?
Yeah,
because you could say, "Oh, well, she looks too much for this show, so we're going to let the girl go." And then she goes to nationals, and she goes up and binges a bunch of girls that look like that. So people, I see that a lot. And what people really need to understand is they need to get out and see a national, see a pro show, because that's probably the one thing. Oh, that girl was too much for a bikini.
I do say, and then I'm gonna say this gently, but there are Instagram bodybuilders and fitness and body. When we say bodybuilding, I mean all fitness, bikini, wellness. That's bodybuilding. You're building your body. there's a lot of things that you see, and when like you'll see girls, and I see this happen, or guys, and they look great on Instagram. You get them at a show, and they're like what in the heck, and they're not there. Do you see that more often than not, where you're like underwhelmed with what you think's going to be brought, and then what's brought?
I don't pay too much attention to Instagram.
Oh, you don't?
No, I mean, I don't. I try not to get influenced. I get on Instagram to do some business and, kind of look at all the crazy, backdoor business. No, just, with the gym and my shows, promotion.
Yeah.
But if I start reading through all the drama, I just get wrapped up in that. It gives you a headache. You stress out. You're like, what is wrong with these people? So I don't even get involved in it.
Okay.